Hey girls, it's Friday. So excited. So, yesterday was Crazy Hair Day, so I decided that today was going to be Crazy Sock Day. So, my crazy socks, I think you've seen before. They have my trusted assistants on them, Mac and oh, there she is, and Daisy. And Mac just heard his name, so he just came into the room. So hopefully today you will send me some pictures of your crazy socks and I can post them. And I will certainly post a picture of my crazy socks as well on the class story. But back to the real business. So today again, and this will be the last day that we have more than one I can statement. My first I can statement is actually the same as one from yesterday. I can decompose and compose fractions greater than 1. What does that mean? Well, it basically means changing an improper fraction to a mixed number or changing a mixed number into an improper fraction. My second I can statement today is going to be with comparing. I can compare fractions greater than 1. So let's get started. So remember yesterday, we had our improper fraction, or as I like to say, improper, and we were changing it to a mixed number. Now, there's two ways I can do that. I can do that with the number bond, but I can also do that by dividing. So what we did yesterday is we took our 17/4 and we want to know how many 4/4, because 1 whole equals 4/4, how many 4/4 can I get from 17? Well, 4, 8, 12, 16. So I've used 16 to the fourth, but there's 17. I still have one left over. I know that 16/4 is the same as having 4 wholes. 4/4, 8/4, 12/4, 16/4. 4, 8, 12, 16. With my extra 1/4. Now today we're going to do the opposite. I'm going to take my mixed number and change it into an improper fraction. So this time I'm dealing with fifths, and I want you to think about how many fifths do I need for a whole? Well, one whole would be 5/5. So that means I have 3 of the 5/5. 5/5, 10/5, 15/5. 5, 10, 15. 3 times 5 is 15. Plus, I still have this extra 1/5. I'm going to add them together. And I get 16/5. Now remember, when we were doing the shortcut for this, which when you do your online lesson, you're not really going to be able to use the shortcut. But remember when we did the shortcut, all we did was take our 3 wholes, multiply it by the 5, which is 15, and add in that 1, which was 16. And we get 16/5. So again, I just want to look at this one again, except on a number line. All right, so I've got my number line set up. And because I have 3 and 1/5, I made my number line go from 0 to 4. Because I'm dealing with fifths, I'm going to partition my wholes, my number line, into fifths. That means in between 0 and 1, I broke it into fifths. Between 1 and 2, I'm breaking it into fifths. Between 2 and 3, I'm breaking it into fifths. And between 3 and 4, yep, you got it. I'm breaking it into fifths. So I had the mixed number of 3 and 1/5. 3 and 1/5. From here to here, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fifths. Going from 1 to 2, that was another 5 fifths. Going from 2 to 3, that was another 5 fifths. And then I had one more fifth. So I had 3 of the 5 fifths. That's where my 15 fifths came from up here. And then an extra 1/5. So that would be 16 fifths. I can even count it on the number line just to double check myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 fifths. So now let's move on to our next I can't statement, which again is something we've done before. And it's comparing fractions that are larger than 1. These fractions up here are larger than 1, okay, because this is improper and this is a mixed number. So I know if I have an improper fraction or a mixed number, that means that I have more than 1 whole. In this example, I have 4 wholes and then an extra 1/4. In this example over here, I have 3 wholes and then an extra 1/5. So let's say I wanted to compare them. Greater than, less than, or equal to. Well, remember that the first thing I always want to look at is the whole, because wholes are bigger than parts. And when I look at the wholes right here, I have a 4 and I have a 3. Well, I know that 4 is larger than 3. So 4 and 1/4 is going to be greater than 3 and 1/5. Let's say they give it to me in the form of an improper fraction. So I have 14 fourths and I have 13 sixths. And the first thing that I'm noticing is it's not apples to apples. Now, I can rewrite them with a common denominator, but what I'm actually going to do first is I'm going to change these improper fractions to mixed numbers. So I know that with 14 fourths, how many groups of 4/4 can I get from 14? 4, 8, 12. Okay, that's 3 4/4. That was 12, 13, 14. I still have 2 left. So 14 fourths is the same as 3 and 2/4. When I look at 13 sixths, I think how many groups of 6, 6 can I get from 13 sixths? 6, 12. I can get 2 of them. Well, I'm at 12 6. I still have 1 more because there's 13. So in this particular example, I have 3 2/4 and I have 2 1/6. 3 is larger than 2. So 3 2/4 is larger than 2 1/6, which means that 14/4 is greater than 13/6. But let's say I have mixed numbers where the whole numbers are the same. Well, 3 is the same as 3, so what do I have to compare in this example? I have to compare the 1/2 with the 3/8. Now, what I can do is I know that a common denominator or a common unit for 2 and 8 is 8. And I can take 1/2 and make those pieces smaller. Okay? So 1/2 is the same as 4/8. Then I have my 3/8. Well, 4/8 is greater than 3/8, so that means 3 1/2 is greater than 3 3/8. We're going to try one more example. This time I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to give you 4 1/4. I'm going to give you 23/5. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change that 23/5 into a mixed number. So I'm going to keep my 4 1/4. How many 5/5 can I get from 23? 5, 10, 15, 20. You see that? Maybe this way better. But that's 4 wholes, 20, and then I still have 3/5 left. So again, in this example, both of them have 4 wholes. So that means I'm going to compare the fraction part. So I'm thinking, actually I'm thinking 2 things here. I'm thinking that I know that 1/4 is less than 1/2. And I'm also thinking I know that 3/5 is more than 1/2, is having more than half of it. So in my mind, I already know that 1/4 is smaller than 3/5. However, I'm going to prove that, and I'm going to rewrite the fractions with common units. What's the common unit for 4 and 5? 20. 1/4 equals 5/20. 3/5 equals 12/20. So 4 1/4 is less than 4 3/5. So you are going to be working on lessons 25, 26, 27. For those of you who have been doing your work, thank you so much. And for those of you who might need to catch up, no worries, just start from the beginning. See you tomorrow. Have a great, or not tomorrow, have a great weekend.